Hi everybody and welcome back to Scrap Addict Creations. I'm Diane and today we're going to be looking at some layouts I created using 49th and Market, Everywhere and Wherever. I am using this paper because my sister picked it out for her trip to Europe. So let's get sharing these layouts. So today I'm going to share with you some layouts I created this last weekend from 49th and Market. I pulled out my sister's trip. They went on a huge, it was over 2 weeks, cruise and trip and all this stuff over in Italy and Greece and all sorts of places. So I did a video probably back in October, I want to say, of the first couple pages, and I actually have those. Let's see here, right here, which was the Say Yes to New Adventures. This is when they were taking off, and the Venice, Italy excursion. So this was the start of their little trip. And let me look at something. Yeah, these are different. They have so many pictures of them like this that I have to keep double taking and seeing if it's a different picture. Like this one, you know, there's a little gondola here, whereas they're just on this bridge here. Well, they're on a bridge for both of them, but an actual gondola behind them. So it's been a little interesting trying to figure out which pictures I can use, which pictures I've already used, and which pictures I don't want to use. Yeah, a whole process. So I started working on this, like I said, this weekend, pulling out embellishments, and my desk was covered. Oh, and you might notice I have a new desk mat. I got this because I was getting ink all over my desk and I was feeling really bad. This is temporary because I really want the glass mat that's non-glaring. So, sorry, little side note. So, worked on this, love this paper. 49th and Market did a phenomenal job. They've got the Whenever, it's vintage artistry, everywhere vintage artistry. I believe, actually it doesn't say vintage artistry by the Wherever. But the other one, this one says vintage artistry everywhere. So those are the two main papers. I do have some nature paper and some like ledger papers and stuff, and then I have the embellishments for just about everything. I have washi tape, kind of like, I don't know, maybe more of a transparency. This one I think is Wherever, and I think this one is the Everywhere, but I could be backwards on that one. But I do have a ton of stuff. So I, again, will share that with you in just a smidge. Okay, so this was the first layout. I will have all this information for these layouts on my blog. So this one is Documented Adventures, So Much to Discover, Charting Your Own Course. These actually came, these papers, base papers, and parts of the embellishments came with one of the workshop kits, which is amazing. Okay, so there's that one. The next one I went with was Love This View. This one has kind of a interesting little bit about it. I forgot about these pictures. I had done everything else in this pile, including the one I just showed you. And then when I was cleaning up after my fiasco, I found these pictures, and so I am now inserting them in. But I think it turned out pretty good. I did go a little simpler, use some of the same papers. This one right here is from the Everywhere Spiral Notebook. I just keep pulling them out. I love this paper. I love how the spiral notebooks have, let me pull the actual out, has the small one and then the big one, and you can use these bits as like a mini book, or you can use them as I'm using them. You can do anything you want to with them. So I took these papers. This was a piece of paper that was with another kit. I kind of added, I cut it from one of the other layouts. Let me look here. It's not on that one. And that's what I keep doing is like, I'll use like this piece, but I actually cut it so that I could use it on both layouts. And a lot of their papers, let me see here. Here's this one. It's like a torn edge. And like this one, I could cut it along here, or I could cut it in multiple places and use this, which has been very cool. I also got this 6x8 set of papers that I've been kind of using here and there too. I mean, I pretty much have it all. So this is this one. I really like it. I love this little bracket right here. I added the brown leaves because I had them and I thought they looked kind of cool with the brown paper. This is a ledger paper. Okay. Then this one is when they went to their hotel. So I do have a hotel rub-on right here and I have a stay here. They didn't have a lot of pictures, just kind of the entry area, or maybe this was an exit area, patio. Again, it wasn't on the trip. The Hotel Paziana, I'm not sure. I do not speak very well when I use an accent, so we're just going to forget that I said that. This was, I believe, their breakfast, but I didn't want to document that without saying it was their breakfast. So I'm kind of leaving some blank spaces here and there. I did put some extra journaling here so my sister could write some stuff in there. Added some tags. Loving this paper because I have been saving, let me grab it, all of the extra little bits. So when I cut a page down, I'm saving these and then I'm just kind of turning them into tags and whatnot, or, you know, just whatever. But like, here's this one. Won't that make amazing tags? And I'm not sure, I might, my thoughts, kind of cut it this way and make tags so that the tag would stick in this way or this way. So yeah, that's the one. I've been eyeing this for a bit, thinking about what can I do with it. So, and then here's one of these pieces that I did cut. So it's here and here. Use the wander there. Oh, I was going to originally just use this paper because a lot of these I'm using just the pattern paper from 49th and Market. I decided I wanted to use this new artichoke paper from Close to My Heart Stampin' Up combo. And I took the papers I'd already cut them down a little bit, and then I angled them this way so that they were kind of coming in at each other, which I was really happy with. I liked the feel. Okay, so then the next one, this one, I did struggle. I'm not gonna fib ya. This part right here and some of these bits were from one of the, what is it called? I actually have one somewhere around here. What? Oh, there it is. They're called cluster kits. Again, I really don't care for that word because to me, cluster means something else, usually being said by people around me. Sometimes me, depends. But this was the everywhere cluster kit. And I kind of took it apart. I had assembled it, and I will show you in my little notebook kind of how I did that. But I ended up taking it apart and using a bit here and a bit here. And then I got to these pictures, and there was so many of them, and they're so kind of cool. Probably not saying that right, sorry. But my sister took pictures of just these different housing areas, like this window. Somebody had their laundry out. I mean, there's actually under britches right there. I love this little gelato cone. I thought it was interesting that it says ice cream and crepes. I might be saying crepes wrong. That's how I say it. And so I just kind of grabbed some of the frames out, some words, just kind of intermixed this bit, popped some of these, like this one, this one, this one, and this one are the ones that are popped. Of course, put the frames on them, just miscellaneous bits here. Because it was a little overwhelming, it still is overwhelming on some levels, but I think it really does showcase all of these brilliant colors. And using this ticket paper up here, I thought brought it out as well. So that's why that was my thoughts on this page. And there's a little place to write a little something there if my sister wants to, or my niece. This is what that paper looks like without all that stuff on it. So then they were in Murano. Hope I'm saying that right too. They went to this glass blowing expedition experience thing, and I was trying to get some more information, like where they were at. This is as much as I could find, but I did find a bunch of videos online that were really cool. of, I believe, this gentleman too, blowing glass. I thought that was really cool. So I got a little education in this process too. Then they were over at the St. Mark's. Can't pronounce that one, but there's the bell tower. Beautiful pictures. And then I actually have a sticker. I have a sticker for the Venice one too, but it just didn't fit. But I thought this one looked pretty good. It looks like a little stamp there. This is one of those, oh shoot, what are they called? It's like a map tracker thing. I cut the top of it off on there because I wanted something round for some reason. Don't know why. Just was what I was feeling. This paper right here is just right there. I do have this paper left over. I've used this brown paper in a few places. This was a banner that came with one of those cluster kits. Okay. That over there. And then this is the last layout I've worked on before doing that one for Venice and the gondolas. This right here was also out of one of the cluster kits. Loving it. I ended up taking it apart because I had put, and I will show you in the book, I had put paper behind these because I thought, oh, I'm never going to use them like that, or I can just slip a picture in. No, you can't. You can't. I do not recommend assembling, that word was hard, these kits until you have your pictures or you know what you're going to use them for. Just because of the fact that I did have to pull it all apart or use repositional something. It was really cool though, building them without pictures. And I do like them. I had this part right here was, I think it was this part, and then there was these pieces, I believe, on that one. And I ended up kind of taking it apart, adding like this piece right here. I added it over here. I had, this was the back. That's one thing I really like about these kits is they have this whole cutout sheet. So you have additional bits, and there's additional bits in there too. So I just kind of grabbed stuff and made an additional continuation and then added some of the leftover bits and the ending bit for that so that it went all the way across. I did tear paper here and here. I was kind of looking at a sketch and it went crazy pants. So I really like this one. This is when they were getting onto the cruise ship or just about to board. Cruise ship pictures. But again, they still have this same format of selfie pictures. So it's a little hard to be like, oh, well, here they are. But David's on the other side. So I knew those were two separate ones. And then David's not in this one. But I did like that we had one of him. Almost didn't use this, though, because his shirt is kind of a burgundy color. There's no burgundy. But I think it works out. I think it works out really well. I did have these extra little pictures. This is from one of their, I believe it's from their room. It's from this window. And I was able to incorporate those and their little, I want to say it's a puppy dog, towel or blanket. I think it's a towel on their bed at the end of the night. So I wanted to incorporate that. Okay, let me grab my book. This is my hot mess right now. I was going through my catalog, and this is my next layout. This was something I printed. This is another bit of it. I do have it on the 12 by 12 right now until I cut it down. I will do that soon. Oh, these are pictures that are horrible. So I've got to figure out what I'm going to do with these from the Tower of Pisa, because they really do want those in there. Oh, and these are leftover from, I got a travel kit, and I was wondering if maybe I could use some of these. I don't know, so that's kind of in my set aside bin. These are some papers that I had cut. This right here is part of that cluster kit that I just showed you the page on. It's this, the Whenever cluster kit. I had just taken these and put these in here. So these right here are leftover bits. This and one of these, I wasn't sure which one it was, is, let's see, this one is this right here. So we've got the noted, we've got this little banner. I'm not sure if it is the rub-on one. This one was the first one I've dealt with that has rub-ons. And so I'm not sure, but I did just place them here. I think these were, no, this is this one right here. But I went in and took something from someplace. Might have been this one. And this one's the bits for here. And then this one right here is the bits for this one. Oh, this is where I grabbed something. I grabbed those brown leaves. That's what it was. And then this one is for this one. Okay, so this is what I have done now. I'll show you when I get in here. This is my sister's itinerary. Well, her verbal itinerary. They never did get me the actual itinerary. So I have these Venice stickers. This one is the one that would have gone kind of with, oh, and sorry for the glare. Let's see here. This would have gone with the Venice canals, but it didn't feel right on there. I'm hoping I can use this one for the Pisa Tower. This one right here would have been beautiful on that one page, but again, the colors were just a little off. Still haven't used any of these stickers. I got these Venice bits. Haven't used any of those. The colors are not right on these for what I'm doing. Almost use this travel log. This is for cruise that my sister picked out. Not loving it, but I think I probably will use this out to sea at some point. These are just some tickets from 49th and Market. Then I have the grease bits. Some more grease bits. And these are starting the all of the bits that I have. And then, honestly, I have more. I have a lot more. Well, I have these I haven't opened yet. I have these. I have these. I have these. I have these. I feel like there's something else over there too. Yeah, I've got a lot. So we've got all of these titles, all of these bits. These are extra bits from that cluster kit. I believe this is Chew. We've got leaves. I've got chipboard bits, frames, and I have been taking stuff out of here. This is one of the clusters. I really like it. It says Life with Use and Adventure, and then it's got Traveler. I will be taking this apart and using that somewhere. This is also one, and this says Best Time Ever. But again, I put the paper on this, so now I have to take it apart to put the picture behind it. Don't do what I did. Then I have a bunch of rub-ons, and these are coming off beautifully. I have, let's see here, which I think it's this way. Oh, yeah, I've used a few of these, and all I do is just pull them up and cut them and use them. And these are doing phenomenal. Very happy with this. See, I'm just using them as I use them, and then I can add additional bits in or take the page out and be done. Here is more stuff. And I did start by labeling what they were, but as I'm taking things out, not using them and just putting them back in, I'm not worrying about it. Too much stress. Have a collection of cameras and binoculars, which I thought was interesting. Also thought I would use these on the Venice bits. I didn't like them. The colors don't work right. And there's some more. Love this airplane. Isn't that cool? And then these are a tag set. I did have little, well, they came with little strings on them. I cut those off because they didn't fit in here well, and I would cut them off anyway because I would use something else with them. These are left over from, I believe, one of the cluster kits, just bits. They kind of have a zip strip, which I thought was cool. Let me see here. Grab some of these papers. Look on the other side. Like this one says adventure, and then it's got that. Honestly, it's like a ruler to me, but I don't know what it is. Then some of them just have the back of the paper, especially when it seems like when I buy them individually, they have, of course, the barcode bit, and so they have like a zip strip or a branding strip. When you buy it as a pack of paper, it's more just a strip. And I've been using those, of course, to like a washi tape type thing. But I wanted to keep a hold of these because I think they're really cool. This is just a piece of the other side of the cardstock. I like this one. It's got some stitching. They're really cool. These are some bits left over. This is part of this brown one. And this has some adhesive on it, so I didn't want to add it in too. And then these are the teal bits, and the teal ones came with these craft colored ones, which I thought was really cool. I used this piece, and then we have these left over. So right now, I am pretty organized, which is feeling good, because when I started working on this time, and I started pulling out bits, it was so overwhelming. So I do recommend this style of a kit, especially if you've bought, Nancy's using the trains off of these, which is really cool. Ronnie Sue, I think is her name. She did a layout with this train. Looks really cool. I will try to link that on my blog too, because it was a really cool little layout that she did. But with all of these bits, there's just so many. It's so overwhelming. That's so pretty. But yeah, all of these are just amazing. It's such a really fun way of doing this, but at the same time, it does get quite overwhelming when you have too much. It's crazy. We either have too much or too little. So that will be my share today. And then on the next video, we will work on that cruise picture set, which I have. Let's see here. I'm not sure how this one's going down. I have a picture of my niece here, and then a bunch of sunset. And then they had cruise photos taken. So I did reprint, and I know this is way bigger than the picture I'm doing. So it might be that I use this on one page, and then the other page I do this, and that's just a page. If I do that, then I would probably enlarge a few of these sunset pictures, or whatever I can fit on one page, and then the other page would just be these pictures, and I would use more of these smaller ones. I did print them out just so I could play with them, and I wanted to have that. Oh, and I have this picture. I might have used this already. I don't know. I will have to go look. It looks like it's the same picture almost. So I know Emily, they're in the same outfit. This looks more daytime. This looks more nighttime. Yeah, we'll just play with it. That's all we can do. Okay, so I will see you in the next video. Have an amazing rest of your day. And thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to come and play today. Please like and subscribe if you would like to see more of my videos. Leave a comment and have an amazing rest of your day. I'll see you soon. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.